It's RW's Randomness Stories.
Out in nature, under trees, on park benches, even sometimes beside rivers. He called it returning the mind to where it was first broken, in the wild. "Are you Aaron?" I asked hesitantly, clutching the strap of my bag. He looked up, smiled in a way that made you feel immediately seen, and nodded. "You're early. I like that. Means you're ready." Aaron didn't begin with questions. He told stories, parables, observations from the lives of birds, trees, and strangers who passed by. "I don't use labels much," he said one afternoon as we sat beneath a weeping willow. "But people come to me with them already carved into their hearts. I'm anxious. I'm avoidant. I'm broken. They wear them like name tags, never noticing how heavy they've become." I stayed silent, eyes fixed on the ducks skimming across the pond. "I suppose I'm anxious," I finally whispered. "I check my phone constantly. I cling to people who barely look back. I text paragraphs and get a thumbs up in return." Aaron gave a slow nod. "You learned early on," he said, "that love felt distant. So you chased it. That's not wrong. It's just a pattern. Patterns are just poetry we haven't translated yet." Week by week, I returned. Sometimes I cried. Other times I just sat there, legs tucked beneath me, listening to Aaron talk about the inner dance between fear and desire. He spoke of avoidant hearts, of how they once felt smothered, drowned in others' expectations, and learned that distance was the only way to breathe. He spoke of anxious souls like mine who grew up thirsty for attention, settling for drops when what they really needed was a downpour. "But what about secure people?" I asked one chilly afternoon, bundled in my coat. Aaron smiled, tossing a pebble into the lake. "They speak their needs. They feel their fear, and stay anyway. But here's the secret. No one is always secure. We all move between spaces. The key is noticing when you've walked into a familiar room, and deciding if it's still worth staying." In time, I stopped labeling myself so tightly. I caught myself in old habits and smiled rather than scolded. I leaned into vulnerability with the curiosity of a child. When I fell in love again, I didn't disappear into someone else. I didn't flood them with need, nor did I vanish at the first sign of intimacy. I danced, awkwardly at times, gracefully at others, but I stayed on the floor. One day I returned to the park, and Aaron wasn't there. On the bench was a small notebook. Inside, in his familiar scrawl, were the words, "You are not anxious. You are not avoidant. You are not a label. You are learning the rhythm of your heart, and sometimes that takes time. Trust your body. Trust your patterns. They are not walls. They are doors." I closed the notebook and whispered to the trees, "Thank you." Aaron never taught me to fix myself. He taught me to know myself. And that changed everything. The end.